I mean, we've been having such good conversations.
I can't believe that went by so quick.
And it goes by so fast.
Wow.
And we're already going to be, we're in Strike a Chord where we like to play the music that you might not necessarily hear unless you actually physically pick up the record. So a lot of the times I love playing the B-sides. I'm going to be cheating a little bit. I want to play a single off one of your songs because I usually don't do that. But you're a special cat. I wanted to do it because there's something that you have going on.
I'm on your ride. I'm on your Space Mountain. So you tell me where to go.
Exactly.
I don't know if I trust this.
And this leads me to a point I never actually, I wanted to have you answer this question even on Just Talking, so I might as well ask it right now because, a lot of time when it comes to spirituality, is it about slowing down sometimes? Because I know you're a yoga person, and I'm very much of a hard rock, heavy metal kid, and a lot of times it's hard for me to slow down. Like,
you need to meditate and do yoga.
I'm not the type of person that can do a tightrope in Venice Beach. I don't know if being spiritual is putting Epsom salt in my bathtub. Is it any of those kind of things? Or are these just...
I don't know. The Epsom salt, I don't know if it's crucial. It's good for your body, is my understanding. But
the tightroping is crucial.
Because I always, when I think of spirituality,
So
like I was
weird,
saying,
Chris.
it's like when you're touching something, it's always like grabbing rocks and scratching it together.
What are you touching?
Okay,
What?
Where
are we going?
I'll just answer the question.
Okay, yes. Let Ben answer the question.
I think
Marissa.
slowing down, is a very crucial part of this process. And I think that the reason why I can do it right now, slow down. The reason why we need to slow down
Hold on. We got to all do it together.
Take a breath.
Ready?
Okay.
Oh, I already feel
Actually,
better.
See how
felt
different
good.
that feels, actually, and that's it, right? One is the difference that you feel. Like there is science behind breathing and why it's so important, but it also has to do with. I think it has to do with the mind. I think that the mind can get a little bit out of control in the speed in which thoughts are processing, and oftentimes the mind gets involved in fear. Usually, the reason that it's running away from us is because we're afraid of something.
You're
But
absolutely right.
If we sit in our truth, in our center, then there is like an inner guidance system. There is an inner awareness that's allowed to come through. And I think until we slow down, it's very hard to actually access that intuitive feeling.
I love it though because...
for our listeners, you only need 3 minutes a day to meditate.
Really?
Just 3 minutes is scientifically proven. That's all you need a day to be able to reset your mind.
Maybe that's why everybody's on a spiritual app.
Yeah, and if
maybe
you don't
they need
have
the
3
spiritual
minutes,
music.
just taking one breath. I usually like to take the breath in through my mouth.
Well, what do you think about that, having those times during schooling, though? Because, I mean, the biggest thing right now is, mental health and depression. And I know we can riff about this for days, but I really want to play your music.
Yeah.
And I know we really can.
I'm on your
I think
Space Mountain.
this
We
is
can
the
talk about breathing or we
perfect
can
flow.
play music.
I want to bring you back.
You're great. I'm a chatty Catholic. We can go on for days, but I really think this is a nice segue because your song, Heart, Lead the Way.
Yes,
I mean, that was something that you're really big about. And could you kind of explain this?
Exactly what you were talking about. So
exactly.
So I'll just very quickly so we can get into the song. It has to do with I spent a lot of my life. I became fearful about exposing my heart to the world. I was a very sensitive kid growing up, a very emotional kid, and I found that when I would open myself up emotionally or open myself and make myself vulnerable, that I was susceptible to attack. It felt like to me. I'm also gay, and I grew up in a small town, and so that created a lot of fear for me.
Yeah.
And so over time, I started to lean more and more into my intellect and became like an incredibly cerebral person. And what I found out later in my life is that living that way was very detrimental to me. I was starting to, my life was starting to compound negatively because I was so in my head that I wasn't available to the present moment. I wasn't available to the people around me. I wasn't connecting to the people around me. So this song is really about allowing my heart to be the primary way that I lead my life, my primary intelligence center.
I love it. And it's got a really nice intro that kind of just gets you into Ben's
It's my
world.
Heartbeat, actually. It's I recorded my heartbeat. That's what you're going to hear right now if this is what we're playing.
Here we are.
Wow, I love that. This is Ben Caron. This is Heart. Lead the Way.
Too many years I made my mind my master. Think first and then feel after. Hard lead the way. For too many days my pulse was tamed and silent, controlled, contained, compliant. Hard lead the way. I thought be smart, be clever, figure it out, and never let them see you soft or lost or weak. But now I've recognized my greatest strength in life is choosing not to hide. I choose to lead. The beat of my heart's the drum that leads me onward, with courage, strength, and honor. Hard lead the way. So now I seek the voice that sings within me. Give me a new beginning. Hard lead the way. Hard lead the way. For far too long, my logic lacked compassion, forsook my soul for action. Hard lead the way. Never again will I deny the power of that which leads the hours. Hard lead the way. I know this heart will guide me to what I'm meant to find. I'm open, I will look for what you show. I cast away my ego for where you lead, where we go. I choose to trust in what your wisdom knows. The beat of my heart's the drum that leads me onward, with courage, strength, and honor. Hard lead the way. So now I seek the voice that sings within me. Give me a new beginning. Hard lead the way. Hard lead the way. I know this heart will guide me to what I'm meant to find. I'm open, I will look for what you show. I cast away my ego for where you lead, where we go. I choose to trust in what your wisdom shows. Oh, the beat of my heart's the drum that leads me onward, with courage, strength, and honor. Hard lead the way. So now I seek the voice that sings within me. Give me a new beginning. Hard lead the way. Hard lead the way. For too many years I made my mind my master. Think first and then feel after. Hard lead the way. Hard lead the way.
Isn't that just amazing? That is Ben Caron. That is his song Heart, Lead the Way. That's off his album King Benjamin's Royal Heart. We'll be right back with a short break. 8.1 all the time.
Yes, it is. Yes, she is.
We were just talking about Maria Schaefer. I was like, she's amazing.
Just having such a good time.
She's on K-Jazz all the time. I love it. 88.1 FM. And she's phenomenal. Maria Schaefer, we love you, darling. We love you so much. But we got Ben Caron in here. He's a musician, community leader. If you guys haven't checked out his album, it's King Benjamin's Royal Heart. Go to bencaroncreates.com, right?
Thank you. You nailed it. Yeah.
It's a beautiful, and I really wanted to keep this going because you had kind of a remarkable thing that happened on your album. You were working with some Grammy Award-winning producers and mixers. Could you kind of...
Yeah, I had a great team. David Davis produced this record.
How do you get these people? I think that's the real question listeners want to know. Like, how cool is that?
That's a great question. Just through relationships. Just knowing people, and I think it's important as artists that we really express what it is we want to create to as many people as possible, because I think artists are incentivized. It's always better when we help each other out, and I have such an incredible network and community of fellow artists around me, and so I'm always looking for ways to help them out. They're always looking for ways to help me out, and so when I was looking for a producer, I got introduced to David Davis. He's amazing, and then my mixer is Seth Atkins Horan, who is also they're just both really lovely guys and incredible artists. They're incredible at their crafts, so I'm very lucky.
Yeah, I like what you said real quickly. You said you get it through relationships.
Yeah.
Which I think for anybody who is entrepreneur, artist, trying to make it, is having that relationship and not thinking about networking.
So
I go to
true,
networking
Marissa.
events and it feels like my soul is being drained out because it's all about give me, take, and it's not about a relationship. And I think creating that friendship, creating that where it might just be, hey, I met you over coffee real quickly, but not the hounding. So I love what you said about a relationship.
Well,
that's where friendship comes from.
it's got to be good for you and good for me. It can't be great for you and okay for me, you know?
Well, and I think that it's important that the relationship not be purely transactional.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You know,
it
that
has
it
to
be about genuine connection.
Genuine connection, yes. It really is a difference. You can feel a sliminess when someone is just like, I only want to get this because you can have me step up here, versus who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it just feels hollow, I think.
Yes.
You know, there's a depth of experience that can be created when you have a true connection with somebody. And when your relationship's purely transactional, it's so shallow that it doesn't feed you in any other ways except for that one transaction you're making.
And it's so true. So I got to say, tell me about the song Shadows.
Yeah, I want to play it. We only have so much
like
time.
you said, you know, a lot of these songs, you know, a lot of different
This is a song
genres.
I picked, by the way, Ben.
That's true.
Thank you.
Yes, I did.
So
it's different
for
from
me,
the rest of the album.
It's very different. It's sort of it's the climax, I guess, of the album. It's where it's the album is a concept album, and like I said, it goes through a lot of different genres. And where it arrives at is I realized that the album was so aspirational and inspirational that it felt like it was missing something really important to address, which is fear. And so Shadows is really what I did is I sat down in my apartment and I thought, I'm going to make a list of the 3 things that I'm most afraid of in my life right now, and I'm going to trust the healing, transformative power of music to allow me to look at, shine light on, and transform these parts of my life. And so when you listen to this song, it's not a happy or a fun song.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit challenging to listen to because
melancholy. I love it.
Yeah, it's
I love it.
And I got to work with my friend Janae, who played piano on it and did the piano arrangement.
Yeah.
And it's really about looking fear in the face, shining a light on it, and then sitting with it with love and allowing that energy to move through, to transmute that energy, so that I can move on to other things and not be so stuck and mired in this energy.
Do you mind sharing with the listeners what those 3 fears were? Or those something that you hold close?
So
or?
I had imposter syndrome. So I was afraid that I wasn't deserving of the things that I wanted in life. I was afraid that I was going to die without making an impact.
Yeah.
And I was afraid that everybody around me was lying to me, that I was living in a bubble where that what I was doing, people were being kind, and that they were telling me like, your music is great, or everybody around me was just like putting on airs in order to make me feel better. And that I was living in some sort of weird denial bubble. And those were my 3 fears. And that's the song, you might notice, does not have a chorus. It is actually just 3 verses, and each verse is about each of the fears.
Wow, that's so
let's go
beautiful.
into it. Here
so this
it
is
is.
Ben Caron's Shadow off of Royal Benjamin's Royal Heart. King Benjamin's Royal Heart.
Yes, sir.
Beyond my pride, there's a place I hate to go, 'cause I'm terrified that my demons will be shown. But all of these fears I hide, leave their darkness in my bones. So I'll turn towards the light, force my shadows to be known. I'll force my shadows to be known. I'm trying to buy that I'm where I'm meant to be, but I'm worried I'll die and no one will remember me. And all of these years I've tried to get the world to know my name, were sacrificed to a dream left dreamed in vain. To a dream left dreamed in vain. I lay in the night, wondering when I lose my way. What path was the right? What toll did I not pay? 'Cause no matter how I try, I just can't shake the shame. I've wasted my life, and I'm the only one to blame. Yes, I'm the only one to blame. And there's still times that I wonder, am I good enough at all? And the thought that brings me under is, no one had the heart to call to save me the pain, to save me the time of a flight destined to fall, of a flight destined to fall. Beyond my pride, there's a place I hate to go, 'cause I'm terrified that my demons will be shown. But all of these fears I hide, leave their darkness in my bones. So I'll turn towards the light and force my shadows to be known.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, I love that song.
Yeah, the bells toll at the end.
Isn't that awesome? I love it. And this is Ben Caron. This is the song Shadows. It's off King Benjamin's or Royal Heart. And I mean, go check it out. It's on bencaroncreates.com. And I gotta
on
say,
Spotify, iTunes, anywhere that music is found, I'm there.
Exactly. That is the beauty of our generation. We don't have to run to Best Buy no more. We don't have to run to Rhino Records.
No,
you can literally, it's free. It's on your phone.
Pull up your phone, look it up. Ben Caron, BenCaron. You'll find me on Spotify.
I love it. And I got to remind all the listeners out there that you're listening to The Chris Collins Show. And if you like what you're listening to, go to thechriscollinsshow.com and become a member today. What's good, listeners? I'm the host of The Chris Collins Show. And if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button below and check us out at thechriscollinsshow.com. Peace.